I'm curious, how many of you, just like what Tanya just shared, have a powerful story that needs to get out there? Raise your hand. How many of you have a book or want to write a book to get that story out there? Yeah, me too. My story was November 2021. I had just come back from Atlanta. I did my TEDx talk, and somebody bravely introduced me to a speakers bureau. And I was super excited. I had a TEDx talk, I had my speaker reel, I was ready. And the bureau agent said, slow down. Where's your book? And I said, what? I just did a TEDx talk. I have a speaker reel. I have a website. I said, doesn't matter. He said, you need a book. So I went on to Facebook and I went to NSA's National Registry and I said, help, who knows how to write a book? Who do you recommend? And it was almost like an immediate fire. One after another, Cathy Fyock, Cathy Fyock, Cathy Fyock. So who is Cathy Fyock? So I reached out to Cathy Fyock. We had our first strategy session on December 7th, 2021, a week before I was supposed to leave for the Galapagos in Peru. And I said to Cathy, I said, you know, I'll just wait to start writing when I get back in January. And she said, actually, you can bring paper and a pen. It was a novel idea. A novel idea. I worked for 5 months and I got my story told. And there were 3 things specifically that Cathy helped me with. The first is she gave me a structure. She wasn't going to write my book for me. She doesn't work with ghostwriters. She doesn't work with people who are phoning it in. She gave me a structure on how to introduce the book because a lot of people had told me what I should write my book about and it didn't feel right. I knew the book I wanted to write and Cathy helps me with the outline. Second thing is she also created a space on my calendar because sometimes we put in our calendars, oh, I'm going to write, you know. She taught me how to marinate over that time, how to actually be specific with my time and that calendar block so that I could marinate it on the night before, the week before. I knew what I was getting into. And the third thing that I will never forget is she introduced me to an amazing community of writers who were going through the exact process I was going through. Because just like speaking, writing can be super hard and lonely and frustrating. And there were a lot of mountains I felt like I had to climb. There were times where I called some of the other people in our group and I said, I think I'm done. I can't write anymore. And we encouraged each other to keep going. And so when I knew that Cathy was coming today, I asked to introduce you to Cathy. Twofold. One, because I want to say thank you for me, because my story needed to be told. And the second, a thank you from the hundreds of people who have read my book and texted me, called me, emailed me to tell me thank you for my book. And I owe that to you, so thank you. My hope is that with all of you that raised your hand, that you have a story to tell, that you'll take full advantage of everything Cathy offers us today because she is brilliant. I'm so lucky to consider her a friend. So thank you.